Hi there, Michael and Micah back with you today. And today we want to talk to you as property owners. If you're going to be hiring a vacation rental property manager, what are some of the key questions that they should be asking Micah? And so we came up with 4 that we think are really powerful questions that you, the homeowner, should be considering asking. And every vacation rental manager you meet with should be able to answer these questions and give you a really concise, detailed viewpoint of how they're going to handle the property for you.
Yeah. And so before we get into that, you can check us out at thevru.com where we teach this and a whole lot more. And, you know, our goal at VRU is not only to educate the property manager, while that's a very noble cause and very necessary, we also feel a need to educate the owners of properties.
Correct.
The only way this industry works, and as you've seen in the news and all over the place, it's kind of, a crazy influx growing industry. It really only works if there's a marriage between a property manager and their property owner. And so we want to advocate education to both sides so that when these people come together, the owner understands what to expect and what the manager is dealing with. The manager understands the perspective of the owner and how to serve that person who probably has a significant chunk of their wealth in these properties. And so, anyways, join us at thevru.com to see not only a lesson similar to this one, but every other part of our curriculum, from simple aspects of managing and inspecting a unit all the way down to accounting, marketing, rate yielding, those sort of things. All right, so let's get to the meat of this lesson here.
Yeah, the meat of this is the first question that you as a homeowner should be asking is, what is your experience in this market and how long have you been in this market managing properties, Micah?
That's great. So that could be a tough one if you're just getting started. And so typically as an owner, and this kind of stinks, for some managers, but it takes about 6 months to a year for a manager to really understand what they're doing. And even then, it really takes a full season. So make sure if it's 6 months, at least that month or those months were through a seasonal time period. Now, if they don't have a ton of experience, and for you managers, if you don't have a ton of experience, play up your other experience as a local in the marketplace, understanding the market. Maybe you've managed your own properties.
There you go.
Some of those sort of things, right? So you're not completely without experience. You can also have experience by having gotten certified through VRU. And so play that up. And owners, we are taking this serious. Log into our platform. You'll see over 50 hours of core content and then some. It's not a joke. So if they're VRU certified, they're good to go. But my point is, as an owner, if you want to take a try at somebody that's new, let's say you're getting along, you believe in them, and they're a VRU certified person, just maybe get a special deal for the first year, some extra service or maybe not quite a high commission, and give them a shot. There were owners that are still on my program today that gave me a shot over a decade ago that I owe the world to, and I gave them a special deal that has since lapsed, right? And now they're profitable clients, but I couldn't have done it without them.
Awesome. Great answer. So that's the first question.
Cool.
Second one is, what are the costs and specific details of the agreement that I'm going to be signing with you, Micah? I know it's a big, broad question, but it's obviously as a property manager, you're going to have to be able to drill down and share that information with them.
You really know how to ask the hard questions, don't you, Michael?
I do.
Man, this is rough. So owners, you should definitely ask that. Don't go into this blind. Don't think it's just a simple commission relationship, which it should be. Every market's different. And so managers, you need to clearly state, are you going to charge a commission? Are you charging any sort of fees to the owner on a regular basis? Are there management program fees for maintenance, air filters, those sort of things, credit card fees? You need to go into all of these things. And owners, you need to ask very clearly. And if you sign up for our free platform and get in, you can look through the definitions. We've put together over 100 industry terms and a lot of these tips videos to give you an idea of what to ask. But both sides should clearly come together on what the fees are being charged and why. As an owner, you need to understand these people are going to have to be profitable or they won't do a good job for you. So don't be afraid to pay them a fair price for everything, a fair service fee, but also don't get ripped off. Understand what each fee is for, understand that they need to be profitable on multiple levels, and then just come to an understanding of what your service requirements for that level is.
That's a great answer, and I think it kind of goes into our next question that an owner should be asking is, in the fee that you're going to be charging me, what services are provided.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important as a homeowner, like Micah just described, is to really get a clear definition of the services that they're going to provide, so there isn't a gray area. So when you get your statement and all of a sudden you are being charged for something, or there's a fee for something, you're not caught off guard and by surprise.
Yeah, and managers, you need to prevent that. That's bad customer service. So if they're ever surprised at their statement, you probably didn't do a great job reviewing it. You definitely need to list all of these out in an agreement. Now, in our portal, we'll provide you with a sample rental agreement, several actually, market, urban, beach, different types of markets, but every one of those has a section where it lists out very clearly what the manager is responsible for, and even in later sections what the homeowner is responsible for instance, utilities, insurance, those sort of things. So we don't want to cover all those here. Just know, have that agreement, and if you're a full service manager, list everything: marketing, reservations, collections, guest check-in, accounting, all of those sort of things. If you're hybrid and you're only doing the marketing and reservations and revenue piece, we'll just list those and then put the rest on the owner, and now you're working together, or vice versa. If you're just the local representative handling turns, make sure that those are listed for the manager, and the marketing and revenue are not your responsibility.
Good answer. Great answer. And the final question, really, that we gave you 4 today, there are more, but the real top 4, the big question is as you take on my property, who's going to pay for it, and how are you going to handle the marketing?
Yeah.
It's always one of those areas that, again, can be kind of a gray area for some property managers, because some are expecting the homeowner to contribute, some aren't. So question, who's handling the marketing, and what kind of marketing are you doing?
Yeah. So to be clear, at the end of the day, no matter how you slice this or how you think about it, the guest pays for marketing no matter what, period. Now, whether it comes out of the manager's pocket after commission, or the owner's pocket after commission, or before, it doesn't matter. It's always borne by the person paying the rent, right? And so that's the guest. So a little perspective shift here for many of you. What we teach is that on every OTA portal, if you're using a proper PMS, you should be able to gross up the rent. Meaning, if you want $100 a night and a channel costs 15% commission, you can mark it up $15, charge $115, and then the rate that comes back to the owner and the manager is that $100 that we set out to get. Now, in this sense, every portal has a different cost, right? Airbnb's lower, HomeAway has a fixed fee, right? But they all price based on their capability to create bookings. You shouldn't care. Just if they want to charge 40% and they can book your property if you mark it up 40% from what you're expecting, God bless them, let's do it, right? Yeah, let them do it. And so then once you gross up the rates, as a manager, you need to be good at accounting and net that out. That's paid for all the marketing, and then you and the owner split what's left, and that's called a net rate. Okay, so all marketing has to happen this way. That takes all of the fear out of OTAs charging more, broad distribution versus narrow distribution. I'm only on Airbnb because it's cheaper. None of that has to happen. If every marketing channel you gross up to charge to the end consumer, then the consumer gets to choose where the better deal is, and those marketing channels have to cope with that demand, because at the end of the day, we're the suppliers and the owners, most of you, of these properties. That's where the real power lies. So don't get pushed around. Don't fight over who pays it. Let the guest pay for it. You guys net it out after the fact, and then do the splits for commission.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, like I said, join us at thevru.com. We're not only going to teach you a ton more about this subject, probably 16 hours just on owner relations and acquisition and those sort of things, but just a ton of other stuff so that you can truly master vacation rentals. So come master them with us at thevru.com. We'll see you there.
Take care.